just search the brand or design that you're looking for. Okay, let's keep going. Heidi. Fab Fob! We got the Fab Fob!
We do!
Let me tell you, Heidi and I, we asked and begged for this to be put in the show. Okay, I didn't know until I saw it in front of me.
It is so fabulous.
Can we just spend at least 3 minutes here?
This is gorgeous.
Please, please, please. This is the Fab Fob. This is, now wait for it, $220 down to $99.
Oh boy.
$220 down to $99.
This is fun.
I know Dina behind the scenes and also Marty and also Chip will have made this happen, so I want to thank those three. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Where do we begin with the Fab Fob?
I tell you, this is what, I don't know, where do we begin? Is it the beautiful, beautiful, beautiful beads? They are absolutely magnificent. Or is it that big honkin' fabulous Swarovski hematite stone, the biggest size that they make in this cut? Or is it the combination of these beautiful stones that are brand new from Swarovski called crystal rose gold? They are, it's like a beautiful, almost a little bit of a hint of a rose gold coppery tone. So it's almost like a play on your metals. I've used these golden cushion cut stones that go in between each one of these beautiful navette shaped beads that are unbelievable. These big, huge, gorgeous beads have an effect over the top to give it a really beautiful luminescence.
Heidi, I don't want anybody to be disappointed. Producer Rick, could you please put our quantity left counter on the screen? We're just going to count these down. The value and the discount is amazing.
Yes.
The only thing that I have to say, I have to make this disclaimer, there is no advanced order or wait list. When it sells out, it is gone.
It's gone.
You, of course, are still backed by our 30-day money-back guarantee, but it's a one-time shot, folks.
Yep.
This is very familiar to me. I've done this piece, presented this piece with Heidi many times to rave reviews. Under $100, as you know if you're a Heidi fan, is unheard of. There's something that is so appealing to so many because this is universally loved.
It is. It is so. It's, you know what? There's a tailoredness about this that is so you know, so wearable. If you're a guy that goes to the office inside of a beautiful tailored suit, it's perfect. Or you know, on top of a turtleneck or inside any neckline because of the shape, that Y silhouette that just works. But what is more spectacular? Is it those beautiful beads, or is it that fabulous, huge, beautiful Swarovski crystal that hangs, then surrounded by this crystal rose gold, combinations of which is a play on your metal colors. It is so fabulous. Hi, sweet girl. Look at how pretty she is.
Look at the two of you. Could go anywhere, do anything.
Isn't she gorgeous?
Just spectacular.
You really are absolutely beautiful. And the bracelet is also so beautiful. I don't know if we can zip in there. I want to show you the bezel around the big stone right here. Is surrounded by these crystal rose gold, and you know, rose gold is becoming extremely popular. We're going to see it right now. There you see, you see that pave. So it is a combination of hematite, crystal rose gold, and black diamonds that really create a magnificent, magnificent play on your metals, but in a crystal form.
I mean, just look at it.
Isn't that? I mean, this is crazy, crazy, crazy price
We're
here.
getting asked, so I just want to confirm, they're both $99.
Both of them?
They just did a straight out flat price, $99 for the necklace.
Oh my.
Only $99.